What's up, y'all? My name is Kate. I'm a certified personal trainer and yoga teacher, and this is a short and sweet full body mobility session. Okay, friends, in this short and sweet mobility session, we're going to be hitting all the crowd favorites. We're going to be doing some CARs, or controlled articulated rotations, in the neck, the shoulders, the mid-back or thoracic spine, the hips, and the ankles. There are tons of other CARs that you can do, hitting different joints in different areas of the body. So I highly recommend YouTubing or Googling those. There's tons of videos and resources out there. But these are just the ones I like to do when I'm short on time, but I kind of want to hit all the sweet spots. So I'm going to show these with a block. You don't have to use a block with them. It just provides some extra feedback. Helpful, but not necessary. Okay, so the first one we're going to get started with is we're going to work from the head down. So we will start with the neck. So I like to do these seated. You can do them standing. It is totally up to you. So get in a comfortable position. You can elevate your seat here with the block if you would like. But we're gonna move into some neck CARs. So in neck CARs, your chin leads the show. I want you to imagine that you're drawing a big circle or rainbow with your chin. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna provide some tension in your whole body, not too much, but just enough where the only thing that you're moving is your neck. You're gonna sit tall through your spine, root down through your sits bones, generate some tension in the rest of your body, and you're gonna lower your chin towards your chest. From here, you're gonna lead with your chin, taking your chin over to your right shoulder. Once you can't go anymore, you're gonna reach your chin as high as you can, moving slow and controlled, like you're making a big rainbow over to your left shoulder. Once you reach your left shoulder and you can't go anymore, you're going to circle your chin back down to the starting spot. Okay, we'll do that same thing going again. Leading with your chin, looking over to your right shoulder. And then when you can't go anymore, reaching your chin up, drawing a big rainbow over to your left shoulder, and then rotating back down to the start. Good, we'll do the same thing now going the other direction. So find that full body tension, lower your chin to your chest, bring your chin over to your left shoulder, and then reach it up and over to your right shoulder, finding your end range of motion, and then bringing it back to the beginning. We'll do that one more time, going the same direction. Chin comes to the left, reach it up and over, finding those sweet spots that are extra tight, maybe moving a little bit slower through those. And then returning back to center. Nice work. Let go of the tension. Maybe roll your shoulders out. Maybe slowly tilt your ear side to side. Nice work, y'all. Okay, now we will move into the shoulders. So before we get started with the shoulders, reach your arms out to a T and make fists. Now imagine that your fists are locked in place and just begin to corkscrew your shoulders here, moving them between internal and external rotation. So the only thing moving here is my shoulders. You can go opposite directions, see what that feels like. Or maybe you can do them going the same direction at the same time. Nice work. Okay, for these, I like to stand or elevate my seat here by sitting on some blocks so that my arm doesn't hit the floor. Okay, it's the same concept. You'll be comfortable on these blocks here. You'll be creating full body tension, and the only thing that will be moving will be your shoulder. So You can place your hand on your thigh or make a fist by your side, generate that full body tension, and bring your right arm out to your side, palm facing up, so your shoulder is in external rotation. Lift your arm up towards the sky, finding your end point, and then when you can't go back anymore, rotate your palm out to the right as you reach your arm behind you, going back as far as you can, circling it back, down, and around, ending with your palm facing behind you. Now we'll reverse it. Send your palm back till you can't anymore. Begin to rotate your shoulder, bringing it all the way back up. Palm faces behind you. It's an external rotation. And bring it all the way down. Whew, nice work. We'll do the same thing again. Bring your palm up. And then slowly begin to rotate your shoulder to internal rotation here as you reach it down and back to next to your side body. And we'll reverse it. Maintain that full body tension. Send your palm back. Then begin to rotate through that shoulder joint back into external rotation and bring it all the way down. Whew, that is so hard. That feels so good. Okay, y'all, let's do the same thing on the left side. So hand on thigh or make a fist to generate that full body tension. Left palm is facing out. Bring your palm up, hand coming high to the ceiling as much as you can. Then moving only through the shoulder, begin to rotate your left palm down and around, sending your shoulder to internal rotation as you reach it back and down to your side. And now we reverse it. Send your palm back till you can't anymore. Then begin to rotate it back to external rotation and back to the starting side. We'll do it one more time. Bring your hand high, moving slow and with control, rotating to internal rotation as you bring it back and down to your side. Let's reverse it. Bring it back till you can't anymore. And slowly sending your shoulder back to external rotation as you bring it back down. Nice work, y'all. Remember, we don't want pain. Discomfort is okay because you're working through this full range of movement in the joint. But if it pinches or it twinges or it hurts and you want to pull off, back out of it and either try going in that same position again, but maybe just not as far, or just avoid it altogether and try again another time. Okay, let's move to the thoracic spine or the mid-back. The mid-back, I feel like, is truly the middle child of the spine. Everyone kind of forgets about it, and it catches a lot of the flack for the rest of the spine. So obviously our cervical spine or our neck and our low back have a little bit more mobility, and they tend to take over when other areas are tight to help compensate for movement. So it's nice to get some mobility into the thoracic spine as well. One way you can do this is by using a block to hold here on your chest to prevent yourself from using other areas to move, but you don't need a block, so I will demonstrate it without it. Okay, you can sit on your heels or you can sit on your bum or you can stand, but I like to sit down to help isolate the hips here from taking over. So you can bring your shoulders across your chest, or you can bring, if you do have a block, you can bring the block here and hug the block, creating that extra feedback to make sure that you're not using other areas. So shoulders across chest, you're going to tense the body everywhere else. You're going to draw your chin down. The movement is going to come from your low ribs. So from your low ribs, you're going to bend forward and you're going to rotate to your right, angling your torso towards your right hip, and then you're going to dip that right shoulder down. Then you're going to rotate back, bringing your chest toward the ceiling. The movement's coming from the low ribs as you rotate over to the left side. You're going to dip your left shoulder, rotate your torso to your left thigh, and then bring it back around to the starting position. Nice work. We'll do that one more time, going the same direction. So tuck your chin here, full body tension. Begin to turn your torso towards your right hip, then dip your right shoulder here. Rotate back, bringing your chest up toward the ceiling as you dip over to your left shoulder. Rotate your torso towards that left hip and bring it back around. Such a small movement, so much work. Okay, we'll do the same thing going the other way and switch the position of your hands this time. So if you had your left hand on top, put your left hand on bottom this time. All right, full body tension. Okay, full body tension here. Not all out tension, but hovering around, that 20 to 30% mark. Tuck your chin to your chest and turn your torso towards the left. Okay, full body tension here around that kind of 30% mark. Tuck your chin to your chest, round from your low ribs, and begin to turn your torso towards the left. Dip that left shoulder and then rotate back, bringing your chest up towards the ceiling as you dip to your right shoulder. Rotate your torso towards your right hip and bring it back down to that starting position. We'll do that one more time. Turn towards your left. Dip your left shoulder. Rotate back. As you reach over, dip your right shoulder. Turn your torso towards your right hip and back down to the starting position. Whew, and let it all go. Nice work. Small movement, but an important one. Your mid-back will thank you. Okay, hips, everybody's favorite. Many ways to do these. This is how I like to do them. So I like to do them in the quadruped position, or all fours, or tabletop position. And you don't need a block, but if you have one, it's a great sensory feedback that you can put on your low back here so that you aren't moving this movement into your low back. So it's basically just a sensory input to give you feedback as to whether or not you're doing it right. Because what happens when you take the movement into your hip, if you're using your back too much, the block will fall off, and that means that you're using your low back to get more movement in your hip. So if you have a block, go ahead and place it on your low back sacrum area. You do not have to have a block here. Press into the floor, protracting your shoulder blades here, generating that full body tension. Draw your navel to your spine, and we're going to start with the right hip here. So I'll flex my toes. I'll bring my knee just a little bit forward, and then I'll bring it out to the side. Keeping my knee where it is, I'll pivot my right heel up towards the ceiling, sending my hip to internal rotation here. Then I'll bring it back and around as I reach my heel up towards the sky. And I'll bring it back down to the starting position. And now we will reverse it. Send your heel up to the sky. Bring your knee out to the side. Now keeping your knee where it is, rotate the heel back down. You're in external rotation and bring it back to the starting spot. Whew. All right, we'll do that same thing one more time. Knee comes out, knee stays where it is, heel rotates up, internal rotation. Bring the knee back as you send the heel high and bring it back to the starting spot. Now reverse it. Heel comes up as high as it can. Knee comes out. Keep the knee where it is as you rotate the heel down, sending the hip to external rotation and bring it back. Nice work, y'all. We'll do the same thing on the left side. And I'll just show you another way that you can do it if you have wrist issues. You can also do this on your forearms. So you can do this on your forearms, or you can do it on your hands if you would like. We're gonna do the same thing in our left hip that we just did on the right side. I'll just show you what it looks like on the forearms. So knees are under hips, elbows are under shoulders. I'm going to draw my belly to my spine, engage my core, generate that full body tension, and I'm gonna send my hip out to the side, keep my knee where it is as I rotate my heel up towards the ceiling, and then rotate my knee back, reach my left foot high, and bring it back down Now I reverse it. Send my heel up, bring the knee out, keep the knee where it is as I rotate my heel down, hips in external rotation, and bring it back to start. Let's do that one more time, y'all. Knee comes out to the side, keep the knee where it is, rotate your heel towards the ceiling, swing your knee back up as the heel reaches up, and bring it back down to start. Now we reverse it. Your heel comes up, bring your knee out to the side, send the heel down, keeping the knee where it is, and then bring your knee back down. And those are hip cars. Okay, y'all. Last but not least, we will do the ankle cars. In these ankle cars, we'll start on the right side. And this is something I learned from Beard the Best You Can Be. He has amazing content on flexibility and mobility, pails and rails, cars. I highly recommend his channel if you are interested in more of this type of content. So what we can do in this ankle car to help mobilize or to help stabilize the knee and hip from taking over is to put our leg into a choke hold. So you will bend your right knee and take your right arm and thread it under your knee. You will then place your right hand on your left forearm and your left hand on your right shin. This helps stabilize this joint, so we're isolating the ankle and not allowing the hip and knee to help in this movement. So generate that tension. Your left foot is flexed. You're generating tension throughout your entire body. And then you're going to send your toes down. In this motion, you're going to then rotate your toes out to the right. You're going to pull it back alongside, bringing your toes towards your face. Then you're going to rotate to your midline or to your left side and reach your toes down, moving slow and with control, returning to the start position. So, same thing, toes are pointing down, you're in this plantar flexion. You're going to rotate your toes to the right as you reach them for your face, and then swivel them over to the left, point them back down again, and rotate back to middle. And now we'll reverse it. Bring your toes towards the midline, bring them up towards your face in this dorsiflexion, rotate them to the outside, point them down, and then back to center, highlighting any weaknesses that you might have. We'll do it one more time, going that same side. Bring your toes to the midline, pull them towards your forehead, rotate it out to the right, gas pedal your foot down, and bring it back to center. Nice work. Roll it out a couple times. And let's do the same thing on the left side. Extend your right foot long. Bring your left foot up. Place your left hand underneath here. Take a hold of your right forearm and your right hand will come to the left shin. Sit tall. Flex your right foot. Get that full body tension. And we'll start here by gas pedaling the left foot down. Rotate the toes to the side. Bring them up towards your forehead. Rotate them in towards your midline. Gas pedal it back down and back to center. Let's do the same thing, same direction. Bring it to the left. Bring your toes towards your forehead. Rotate them over. Send your toes back down and swivel them down to the middle. And now we'll go the other way. Bring your toes towards your midline. Now bring them up towards your forehead. Over to the left. Gas pedal it back down and return to center. We'll go one more time. Toes to midline. Toes to your forehead. Over to the left. Send it down and back to center. Whew. Roll it out a couple times. Feel them cracks and pops. Nice work, y'all. Let me know if you like more content like this. I'm happy to do it. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, or night, and I'll see you next time. See ya.